What's going on, guys? Joe with Smokin Joe's BBQ. This video that you guys are about to see is of a trip that I recently took down to South Texas. As you guys may have heard, it was a tragic situation where a ton of kids lost their lives, and there was a group of people down there that wanted to do a large barbecue to help raise money for the families of those kids. So I got home from work Wednesday afternoon, hitched up my Bison smoker, loaded up a ton of wood, and headed south on an 8-hour drive. And I'm going to show you exactly what we did to help raise money for these families. Stay tuned. All right, so it's the very next morning, and we made it. Had one small issue at 2 o'clock in the morning. One of the U-bolts off of my trailer broke off and pushed the axle back, and my tire exploded, and it was not fun. But my buddy Eric came to rescue me with a few of his buddies, and finally at 3 in the morning, I think we finally got it going and patched up enough to come to the hunting lodge that we're at today. But aside from that, I mean, everything was good. 15 minutes out, that's when I had that problem with my trailer. Smoker's okay, nothing happened to the smoker, but fender got beat up a little bit, which is expected. But yeah, we finally made it. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. So Eric from Camp House Barbecue, along with his son and myself, we're gonna go grab some breakfast and get things going for the day. Go check on my trailer, make sure everything's good. We've got to get a tire and a wheel because the wheel got all bent out of shape. I'll show you pictures of that or video of that later on today. Also, the briskets that we're going to be smoking today for the people of Uvalde come in sometime today, so we're going to be trimming that up, a bunch of briskets, and we're going to get these briskets on the smoker again at some point today. When that happens, I will bring you guys along. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so here's the hunting lodge that I'm staying at. These are all the rooms. There's like a banquet room over there. Beautiful area. This is Thompson Hunting Lodge. They got a swimming pool. There's animals roaming around. Beautiful place. I guess they have a freezer over there. That's where they process the animals. They've got all their blinds and stuff over there. This is a really big place, nice place. There was some animals roaming around earlier, running around, which is pretty neat to see. In fact, when we drove in last night, there was a black buck sitting right by that tree on the other side of that pool there. So as I was driving into town last night, oh look, there's a couple of cows right there. Angus. The town was really quiet, as you can imagine, you know, with the tragedy that happened. It's kind of a really awkward feeling. And being a small town, you know, with something like this happens, it's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal regardless of where it happens, but when it happens in a very small town, it affects the entire town because the population is so small. Man, those cows are moving. But yeah, here's the pool area. Looks like the cows were drinking some water. Looks like it rained, so it's a little bit flooded. But again, this is Thompson Hunting Lodge or Ranch. Beautiful area. I guess Eric is still asleep. We're supposed to leave at 8 o'clock, and it is 8:15. So Eric, you're 15 minutes late. So I'm gonna wait up for him. Probably go to the banquet room there and grab some water and wait. All right, guys, so we are heading out. We had some breakfast. They call them tacos, but they were the size of burritos of carne guisada. First time I've ever had it, and I gotta tell you, it's fantastic. Really tasty burritos. I'm gonna call them burritos. But we're headed into town and try to find a wheel for my trailer, and that we can transport it to the other ranch where we're gonna be doing this cooking. But I got to tell you that I did reach out to Bison Smokers, whether it was, you know, a part that failed or whatever. They're actually going to be here tomorrow morning with a brand new axle, brand new leaf spring, rim and tire, And I gotta tell you, they're 5.5 hours away, so what does that tell you about the type of company Bison Smokers is? So just an FYI, I'm not saying it's their fault, but you know, something broke. It could have been just a part failure, whatever. It's hard to tell. But so we're heading into town. Yeah, take a look at my pit, the trailer, put a wheel on it, and transport it. So I'll bring you guys back in a minute. All right, guys. So we are at one of the ranches, and we got all the pits set up. You can see my bison right there. There's another smaller pit. That's probably, I don't know, maybe a 500 gallon. Not sure the size, but pretty cool. The briskets are on their way. So we're gonna start trimming, fire up the smokers, and I will show you guys that process. All right, guys, so we've got all the briskets trimmed up, got the smokers loaded. We've got a total of 80 briskets, and I was able to fit 36 briskets in my bison smoker. Then we got a smaller 500 gallon and probably a small, maybe 200. There's another smoker over there, maybe another 200. So 80 briskets total. And that was a lot of work. Trimming a ton of briskets is a lot of work, but it's done. And now we just wait, drink some cold refreshments, and talk barbecue. So once the briskets are about halfway cooked, I'll bring you guys back and show you what the briskets look like. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so 5 hours into our cook, let me show you these briskets here. We have a boatload of briskets. I was able to fit 36 briskets in the smoker. And these are about ready to be wrapped. These are going to be chopped brisket sandwiches, so not slices. But here we go. Again, that's after 5 hours. This thing's running really nice. The fat is rendering really nice. So we're going to wrap them up, toss them back inside the smoker. All right, guys, so it's the very next morning. It is Friday, and all the briskets are ready. We wrapped them up, put them in foil, and stacked them up. We ended up fitting 40 briskets in my bison smoker. We ended up cooking 120 briskets here on site. So we're chopping them up right now, making sandwiches, as you can see in that sandwich station. So it is time to get to work. There are hundreds of people out here to make this happen. So, you know, there's sodas, there's chips, water. I saw some cookies and stuff, so it's a pretty big deal. So we're gonna get to chopping and get to putting some sandwiches together. Let me show you around over here. That's the setup station for all the water, all the sodas, all the chips. So again, everybody's meeting here. They're picking up sandwiches or picking up some briskets and taking them to their stations in different cities around Uvalde, and selling these barbecue or brisket sandwich plates, and for donations, again, to help the families affected by this tragedy. And I gotta tell you, this is really neat to see this all come together. But again, it's a ton of work. We've been cooking and prepping, and now it's time to get to work and chopping and putting these sandwiches together. So we're gonna get to work, and if I get a minute, I'll bring you guys back and show you some of the process. All right, we've got 300 sandwiches made. Those are gonna be shipped to a location, I believe in Carrizo Springs. And we have, again, 2 smokers still full of briskets. So we got a lot of work to do. The rest we're just gonna chop it up like they're doing right there. Put it in trays. We've got a pretty good system here. It goes really quick, as you can see right there. So got Eric from Camp House Barbecue right there, pulling briskets. And I was making sandwiches, and I think I'm about to jump in the chop line. So just want to bring you guys back and show you where we're at.
Smokin Joe, for you, my friend.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. Last brisket. 100 and how many briskets? 118?
14, 18. I don't know. We lost count after 100.
113.
113 briskets chopped up. Look at that. Ooh, baby.
Está como la Lupe. Mira. Atta boy.
Look at that.
Oh, what happened? Fun apart.
Oh, man. No, good. Tío.
Man. And by the way, guys, those Bison smoker lids are fucking heavy on your head.
Come on.
Hola.
Yes, sir. How long did that take us? About 3 hours?
Yeah,
About 3 hours?
Golly, look at the way she cuts, man.
Ooh, yeah. These guys are machines. I was using a slicer.
by you being here, you have signed your release to be on YouTube, and you're not getting paid.
All right, so we are leaving the ranch where we cooked all the briskets, and I want to thank Mr. Webb for hosting this and putting me up in your beautiful place. So we are headed to Carrizo Springs, where some of the brisket sandwiches are being sold, again, to raise money. And I believe it's at the fire department there, so that'll be cool. I've got my pit. I'm following Eric, that's way up there, and this road is really rough. So we will see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so we are in the city of Carrizo Springs at the fire department, and there, yeah, thank you. There is a line of cars here. We're at the fire station, and the cars are driving through the fire station, picking up their barbecue sandwiches, donating the money for the sandwiches, and again, the people of Uvalde, which is a beautiful thing. Look at all those cases of water, soda, chips, you name it. So this is the other end of the cook that we don't normally get to see, but you can see there is a ton of things happening right here, which is awesome. A bunch of people pulling in. Let's go see if we can see the sandwiches being made. Yeah, looks like this is our spot right here. Got cookies. I still don't see. Oh, okay, the sandwiches are over here. So, again, this is awesome. Awesome to see the city come together to support a neighboring city. Alright, here's the sandwich station. The sandwiches, there's a brisket.
Smokin Joe from El Paso.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for coming all the way out here.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
We'll make you an honorary South Texan.
Alright. I love it.
But you gotta call tacos
Burritos?
not burritos.
Burritos?
Tacos are tacos, they're not burritos.
They're the size of burritos. Yeah. This is awesome. Thank you, guys.
God bless you on your way back home.
Thank you. All right, so the sandwiches are being put in bags here with all the chips. And we have another assembly line here, which is awesome. Check this out, guys. This is a well-oiled machine. People driving in, getting their food. They can buy extras if they want, sweets and stuff. But I think we had like 4 pallets of water. That's what's left. But it's a big operation. People in there putting things together. Yeah, this is wild. Wild, wild, wild. All right, so I'm gonna stop recording, see if we can lend a hand. But I'll bring you guys back with some closing thoughts. All right, guys, we are done. And I gotta tell you, we raised $250,000 for the families of those kids that were affected in Uvalde, which is awesome. I think this is funny though. No parking, and I got my truck and my pit right in front of the fire station. So there's Eric's boy.
What's up?
But yeah, we are done here. And again, this was such an amazing experience. Man, I don't know what else to say. But a lot of people donated extra, obviously. But that was a ton of briskets, and we raised a ton of money for a good cause. So I think we are done here. I don't know what else we got going next, but if anything exciting happens, I will bring you guys right back. All right, so we are back at the Thompson Hunting Lodge. We picked up the beautiful hunting wagon. Check that thing out. We had to fix it up a little bit, but we got it going. We're headed back to the lodge. Whew, man, dusty, leaving me in dust. That hunting wagon's got some big old mud tires, so it's kicking up a bunch of dust. But just little shenanigans happening out here. And I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna go take a shower, get some rest, because it's been a long 2 days. And I'll bring you guys back in a minute. All right, guys, so it's my final day here in South Texas. Check this place out. This is the Thompson Hunting Lodge. Just a beautiful place. If there's any hunters out there, man, definitely check this place out. It's amazing. They got a swimming pool outside. This beautiful lodge. The rooms are really nice as well. And can't thank them enough for letting me stay here the past couple days. But this is kind of where we had dinner and hang out, listen to music, and just kind of relax a little bit. Beautiful. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the event that happened these past couple days as far as the barbecue. It was a beautiful thing to see the entire community come together. You know, all the cities around Uvalde that came together to help out those people in need, and it's the families of those kids. And to see it all come together, the amount of donations from companies, HEB, Subway, and I know I'm just naming a couple, but there was hundreds of companies pitching in, pitching in to help the community out and the families of those affected. So I still don't know what the final number of total briskets that were smoked was, but I believe it was close to 200, if not just over it, when it's all said and done. And that was a ton of work, but it wouldn't have been possible without the help of all the people around Uvalde that came together to hand out the food, to collect the money, to load up all the cases of water and chips and soda and assemble the sandwiches. I mean, it's a ton of work to do this stuff. But I believe the final number at 1 o'clock yesterday was $250,000 raised, which is awesome. So again, I'm gonna head out back to El Paso this morning, and I've got a 8-hour drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video, and hope you guys enjoyed this little video clip of my trip to Uvalde, Texas. You guys take care.